Thank you, Dominic, and thanks everyone. Look forward to hearing everybody else's stories. But I was introduced to Anthony Trollope when I was 16 years old, and I have to say it was not entirely a success. I had been reading contemporary American political novels, and my English teacher at the time suggested I should try reading Trollope's political novels. Now, I managed to get through Can You Forgive Her and Phineas Finn, but I kind of ran aground on the Eustace Diamonds, which seemed to have almost nothing to do with politics at all. So I gave up on that after a few chapters, and that was really the end of it. Then, about a decade later, there was something of a Trollope revival, and most of his books appeared in the big bookstores here in the States. And that led me to give the Pallisers another chance. Fortunately, Trollope had improved greatly as a writer in the meantime, and I have enjoyed his books immensely ever since. One thing I really appreciate about Trollope is the geniality of his writing, and the fact that for the most part he comes across as a very cheerfully sardonic chronicler who is not afraid to poke fun at his heroes and his heroines, and even at himself. In fact, one of my favorite Trollope passages comes from the Eustace Diamonds, which was the rock on which I previously foundered, in a chapter entitled Mrs. Carbuncle Goes to the Theater. And it goes like this. The three ladies had a box at the Haymarket taken for this very evening, at which a new piece, The Noble Jilt, from the hand of a very eminent author, was to be produced. Mrs. Carbuncle had talked a great deal about The Noble Jilt, and could boast that she had discussed the merits of the two chief characters with the actor and actress who were to undertake them. Miss Talbot had assured her that the Margaret was altogether impracticable, and Mrs. Carbuncle was quite of the same opinion. And as for the hero Steinmark, it was a part that no man could play so as to obtain the sympathy of an audience. There was a second hero, a Flemish count, tame as rainwater, Mrs. Carbuncle said. She was very anxious for the success of the piece, which, as she said, had its merits, but she was sure that it wouldn't do. That, of course, was Trollope's own play, The Noble Jilt, which he never quite managed to get produced, but which was published long after his death. But that was just an example of the kind of thing that I think Trollope did so nicely in his writings, and it's one of the many reasons why I've always found him to be such a great writer to read. Ever since I grew up enough to actually appreciate him, and I'll conclude there.